911. What's the address of the emergency?
So, hello, this is Adriana, and something has happened to my dad, and I don't know what's happening. He's just shaking.
What's the address? What's the address?
And then my dad was like, okay, I'm going to go take my meds. And I was like, okay. And then we lay down on the couch. I started up AFE.
My address is Santa Clara Circle, first house.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
Are you home alone by your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on with Dad right now?
I don't know. He has brain cancer, and he just started shaking for some reason.
Okay.
And I got really, really worried.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing. You're calling the right number. I'm going to bring on the paramedics. They're going to ask you for your address again. Don't hang up, okay?
In the middle of March, I was diagnosed with brain cancer and have gone through surgery and chemo and radiation over the last couple of months.
South Metro Fire, what is the address of your emergency?
This is Santa Clara Circle.
And just repeat that one time for verification, please.
Santa Clara Circle.
Thank you. And what's the telephone number you're calling from in case we get disconnected?
I don't so I don't know actually my dad's phone number.
Okay.
I think it's 61.
You got it right. Perfect. Tell me exactly what happened.
And then I felt the couch start like shaking like crazy, and I looked to my dad thinking, do you know what is happening? And then I looked, and he was the one that was shaking, and then I like kind of sprang up in surprise and like kind of backed up a little bit, and then I heard mumbling that was like, oh.
So me and my dad were just snuggling up on the couch together to watch some AFB, and then he just started shaking and stuff.
Okay, I understand. What is your name?
Adriana Wailes.
Adriana, how old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
This call was exceptional. I've never had a call where an 8-year-old was so calm and her demeanor was so just level-headed. It was amazing. And when I answered the call, I wasn't even sure that I was speaking to a child. It was a little bit into the call where I asked her how old she was, because I was getting an impression that it was a younger person, but I wasn't certain. And when she told me she was 8 years old, I couldn't believe it. One of the calmest, smoothest callers that I've ever had, not to mention she was 8 years old.
Oh, you are amazing, Adriana. I have help started your way, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions while we're on the way. It's not going to slow them down, okay?
Okay.
Adriana, are you with your dad now?
I'm a former military and served in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan and was exposed to a toxic environment and toxic chemicals while I was there, lead to a number of cancers and also a number of other pulmonary diseases. My cancer is a grade 4 astrocytoma. It's more likely than it is not that the cancer was from that environment and from my time in service.
No, I'm outside.
Okay, can you go back inside next to him?
Okay.
Tell me when you're next to him.
I gotta get this moth off my hand.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. I had moth on my hand.
So when I went outside to check my number on my house, I got a pet moth.
She was focused on her dad, but a moth lands on her, and she's able to recognize that and not A, freak out, or B, lose focus. She's like, oh, a moth landed on me. But then she's able to get right back going and keep going with the call. And again, just amazing.
He was this big, and I named it Gerald.
Her ability to stay calm under pressure, her ability to communicate the details that she did, our phone number, our address, my current state medically was so impressive, and something that as a father really, really means a lot to me, and really shows that not just in this incident in particular, but just moving forward as she continues to grow as a young lady, fills me with a lot of confidence of the person that she's going to become.
Okay, I'm next in.
and how old is he?
He is 43.
Okay. Is he awake?
No.
Is he breathing?
He's snoring right now. He's snoring.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that she felt comfortable, that we were coming to help him and her, and just reassure her that, we're going to try and do everything we could to make it right and make it make him comfortable and take really good care of him.
And has he had more than one seizure in a row?
Yeah.
Okay. Was he alert between the seizures?
I don't know. I was just in the lobby. I don't exactly know what happened.
Okay.
I have to come down to her level and make it to where she understood.
All right. Is he a diabetic?
What's a diabetic?
Does he have blood sugar problems?
And say, does he have problems with his sugars? So that she understood that.
Adriana, is he breathing right now?
Yes, he's breathing.
Okay. All right, so we're going to check his breathing together to make sure it's all right, okay?
Okay.
So when I say go, watch him closely and tell me each time that his chest rises out loud, okay? You can say now, you can just give me numbers, whatever works for you, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Now.
All right. Keep going.
Now.
Keep going.
Now.
Okay, perfect. That's what I needed.
This was my first ever seizure, so I really had no idea what was going on. And by the time I realized that I was losing control, I had attempted to say to my daughter, Adriana, call 911, but had lost control of my voice at that point. So I think I just made a funny noise, and my next recollection was waking up in the back of the ambulance. So she had handled literally everything from the point that my seizure started to when I was being transported.
South Metro, I have a deputy on scene. Adriana, can you open the door for my officer so he can come in and help you?
Something happened to my dad.
Okay.
This is
Hey,
my dog,
puppy.
Jackson.
Okay, come on, Jackson. Where's your dad?
Holly.
Okay.
He's not too far from here. He's
Come
over
here.
there.
What's your dad's name?
John.
John? Hey, John. Hey, it's Deputy Villamore, Douglas County Sheriff's. How are you? You okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on?
My wife and I are both previous military police officers. I'm a previous DOD firefighter. So to know that we are raising our daughters so that they can be, so that they can respond appropriately and that they can handle a situation that I'm sure is extremely scary for an 8-year-old, and do such a wonderful job means so much to me as a father.
All right. You gonna come sit with me?
Sure. If my daughter didn't make that call, if she didn't know what to do in that situation, this could have been a much more dire situation for me, and it could have been a critical situation, to be very frank. Something like a seizure, you may come out of it yourself. You may lose the ability to get air into your system. It could be very, very bad. And the fact that she was able to respond so quickly may have been life-saving.
Not a lot of 8-year-olds know how to call 911 or have that demeanor or be that calm. Her parents had taught her how to do it. She was comfortable with it.
I thought my family was completely safe and nothing would happen. But that was before we figured out my dad had brain cancer.
I think from this situation, she learned that she can be empowered even in a very scary, very dire situation, and that she has the ability to help her friends and help her loved ones. And I think that's going to really be impactful for her as she continues to grow into the woman that she will become.
This call is really important because it just shows you, by just teaching your children how to call 911 and what to expect when We as dispatchers answer the phone. It's okay, there's nothing to be scared about. We're going to get some information. We're going to make sure that we take care of the patient, but also take care of the caller. Make sure that everything is okay.